YouTube? It's your boy NC3 back with another video. And I seen Kai Cenat. He been doing the thing where he read books out loud to help him improve his speech and stuff like that. And I had already been doing that lately, so might as well record it. I had to read the 48 Laws of Power, but you know, it's a big book. I've been getting kind of bored of it. So I'm going to this book, Who Moved My Cheese. I'll probably read I usually read about 5 pages. So I'll probably read like 5 to 10 pages. So we'll see out loud. If y'all don't know, I struggle with like a lisp. As you can say, I got a lisp talking my tongue. So yeah, and I tend to talk really fast. So I talk fast and then I end up stuttering and stuff like that. So yeah, like this, reading out loud helped me a lot. So Who Moved My Cheese? Get to the first page. The Story Behind the Story by Kenneth Blanchard, PhD. I don't know if I can get closer. I am thrilled to be telling you the story behind the story of Who Moved My Cheese, because it means the book has now been written and is available for all of us to read, enjoy, and share with others. This is something I've wanted to see happen ever since I first heard Spencer Johnson tell his great cheese story years ago. Before we wrote our book, The 1 Minute Manager, together, I remember thinking then how good the story was and how helpful it would be to me from that moment on. Who Moved My Cheese is a story about change that takes place in a maze where 4 amusing characters look for cheese, cheese being a metaphor for what we want to have in life, whether it is a job, a relationship, money, a big house, freedom, health, recognition, spiritual peace, or even an activity like jogging or golf. Each of us has our own idea of what cheese is, and we pursue it because we believe it makes us happy. If we get it, we often become attached to it, and if we lose it or it's taken away, it can be traumatic. The maze in the story represents where you spend time looking for what you want. It can be organization you work in, the community you live in, or the relationships you have in your life. I tell the cheese story that you are about to read in my talks around the world, and often hear later from people about what experience it has made to them. Believe it or not, this little story has been credited with improving careers, marriages, and lives. And like, if y'all like see anything wrong with me speaking or talking, like try to correct me in the comments. I've got to tell y'all how I got this book. I got this book my senior year of basketball. My basketball coach gave me this book. He gave all the seniors this book to read. And now, what? 4 years later. Dang, 4 years? I graduated in 2022. 4 years later, I'm reading this book. All right, so now let's get back to reading. One of the many real-life examples comes from Charlie Jones, a well-respected broadcaster from NBC TV, who revealed that hearing the story of Who Moved My Cheese saved his career. His job as a broadcaster is unique, but the principles he learned can be used by anyone. Here's what happened. Charlie had worked hard and had done a great job of broadcasting track and field events at an earlier Olympic Games, so he was surprised and upset when his boss told him he'd been removed from these showcase events for the next Olympics and assigned to swimming and diving. Not knowing these sports as well, he was frustrated, he felt unappreciated, and he became angry. He said he felt it wasn't fair. His anger began to affect everything he did. Then he heard the story of Who Moved My Cheese. After that, he said he laughed at himself and changed his attitude. He realized his boss had just moved his cheese, so he adapted. He learned the 2 new sports, and in the process found that doing something new made him feel young. Basically, moving your cheese is like something changes in your life or whatever. You just gotta adapt to it. He soon got better assignments. He went on to enjoy more success than ever and was later inducted into Pro Football Hall of Fame broadcasters alley. I need to slow down. That's just one of many real life stories I've heard about the impact this story has had on people from their work life to their love life. I'm such a strong believer in the power of Who Moves My Cheese that I gave a copy of an early pre-publication edition to everyone, more than 200 people working with our company. Why? Because like every company that wants to not only survive in the future but stay competitive, the Ken Blanchard companies are constantly changing. They keep moving our cheese. While in the past we may have wanted loyal employees, today we need flexible people who are not possessive about the way things are done around here. And yet, as you know, living in constant white water with the changes occurring all the time at work or in life can be stressful. Unless people have a way of looking at change that helps them understand and enter the cheese story. When I told people about the story and then they got to read Who Moved My Cheese, you could almost feel the release of negative energy beginning to occur. Person after person from every department went out of their way to thank me for the book and told me how helpful it had been to them already in seeing the changes going on in our company in a different light. Believe me, the brief parable takes little time to read, but its impact can be profound. As you turn the page, you will find 3 sections in this book. In the first, a gathering of former classmates talk at a class reunion about trying to deal with the changes happening in their lives. The second section, in the story of Who Moved My Cheese, which is the core of the book. In the story, you will see that the 2 mice do better when they are faced with change because they keep things simple, while the 2